What's up with the MV7 in 2022? Let's take a review.
Yo, what is up, All-Around Antics Gang? It's your boy Smoke, and this we're going to be taking a look at the Shure MV7. So without any further ado, let's get into this unboxing. So here it says, welcome to better sound. You're going to want to pull this up. Pull it out.
What do you mean by that?
Set your MV7 box over here. This is our main target. Open this little flap right here. Voila, this is what you will expect to see in the box. You get your quick start guide. Hold on. You guys don't see this back here, but I do. You get the download the app. Little piece of cardboard just kind of letting you know. It's usually under it, but you get your limited warranty and all the other papers that would come with your devices. Off rip, what I like is this is a solid cardboard, not styrofoam. Pull this up. There's nothing under there, so you can leave that. But you do need to pull this up. When you pull this up, you will receive both of your cords. Now, in one of the bags, you will receive a micro USB to USB-A. And then in another one, you will receive a Type-C to the micro USB. Alrighty, now that we got the mic out of the bag, I'm going to try to avoid getting fingerprints on it. Future Smoke here just doing a voiceover, but this is pretty much what it looks like all around the mic. The top, the sides, the touch panel, everything all around it. And here we're going to take a look at the bottom. That's what the bottom looks like. It's kind of how the mount works. It's all around look of it. What do you guys think so far? Here's the grill. Very sturdy. For the features, we're going to start off with its compatibility. It's compatible with XLR and micro USB. It also comes with a micro USB to Type-C for mobile and a 3.5mm headphone jack for direct monitoring. When connected via USB, you have a touch panel, which is this right here. There's a mute button in which you tap. There's an audio meter, which it'll show you with these lights how loud you are, things like that. It has a mic lock indicator. If you tap this button right here, it swaps between mic gain and headphone volume. Green is the mic, orange is the headphones. If you hold it for 2 seconds, you can access the monitor mix and you can dial it to your preferred mix. If you hold both for 2 seconds, you can lock and unlock the panel. First, we'll start off with the build quality. Just like any other Shure mic, it's pretty much built. It's built really solid. It has its all metal body. It has its metal screws, which you can loosen and tighten for mic adjustment. It has a metal grill and a metal mount. Stay tuned until the end because there is a tip I can give you guys if you plan on buying one of these. Alright, before we get into anything, I kind of just wanted to talk about the background of Shure real quick. They were founded in 1925 in downtown Chicago, and their microphones are used by famous idols such as Michael Jackson, Prince, Metallica, and even still to this day, it's a demanding microphone, as you can see creators like Joe Rogan, other podcasters, or even some of your favorite gamers using the SM7 or SM7B. Little background on the Shure MV7 mic is it's the little brother of the SM7B, and the microphone was made in 2020 for podcasting and home studio applications and even gamers. So fun fact to add to that, the MV7 about a year later was rated the best podcasting microphone by Rolling Stone in their 2021 audio awards. So as far as specs are concerned, it is a unidirectional or cardioid mic. Its signal type is hybrid. Its output impedance is 314 ohms. It has a frequency response time of 50 Hz to 16,000 Hz. Its adjustable gain range is from 0 to about 36 decibels. And I agree with Podcastage on the sensitivity. Who knows, but in more simplistic terms, negative 55 dBV. Its maximum SPL is 132 decibels. Its mounting type is 5/8 thread mount, and it weighs about 0.55 kilograms, which is equivalent to 1.21 pounds. One thing I did forget to mention that I'm putting right here, sorry guys, is when it comes to the bit depth and the sampling rate, you have 4 options. You have 24 at 48 kilohertz, you have 24 at 44.1 kilohertz, you have 16 at 48 kilohertz, you have 16 at 44.1 kilohertz. And don't mind the parenthesis I forgot to put there. It was a long night. Now that we're done with the specs though, we're going to run over to the app and go check the app out real quick. So when it comes to the app, You have an auto and manual mode. You can update your microphone, which I just recently had to do. You can send firmware updates from this app right here to your microphone. Auto mode sets your gain perfectly in real time, thus making your output level more consistent, which in my opinion is a good feature for those who don't really want to focus on the audio aspect, or maybe don't know much about the audio aspect and want to get straight into content creation, podcasting, whatever you choose to do with the mic. If you hear the term monitoring mix, it's just a mix between what you're hearing from yourself and your system's audio. Let's look at the tone options real quick. So for the auto mode, we have the tone on natural, and pretty much what it does is just leaves your voice unaffected while still gaining all of the features from the auto level mode. For the other tone mode, let's check out dark. Dark mode just emphasizes the low ends for a classic broadcasting sound experience. And this is the bright mode, which just adds more clarity to your voice. This is your monitor mix we were talking about, which while we're at it, let's test the button on the mic to see if we hear any sound when muting. Yo, 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 yo. All right, so to me, I didn't hear any sound back. So that's a good sign. No obvious sign that you muted your mic. So for the near and far option, they're kind of self-explanatory, but here let's break down a little more detail about those. So you're going to want to select near if you're about 6 inches away from your mic or closer.
6 inches.
And select far if you're anywhere from 6 to 18 inches away from your mic. So this is near on the natural tone. So if you select near, it'll prevent auto clipping and it'll handle the level changes a lot better. If you select far, the auto level will give you more gain with less noise than if you were to select manual. So this allows you to be further away from your mic with better performance and a more consistent sound, ultimately optimizing and maximizing your listener's experience. All right, so here we have far selected on the natural tone, we have far selected on the bright tone, and we have far selected on the dark tone. So tell me which one you like more. Be mindful that this depends on your voice. I have a lot of bass and low ends, so I could sound muddy on most mics that people with more higher pitched voice or not as low ends would sound great on. So keep in mind, it's all about preference. I encourage you guys to listen to other opinions, other reviews, things like that, just so you can get an example of what it would sound like on different voices and how it would sound on your own in theory. You can control your LED behavior. So for me, I like to have this on, but you can have the live meter on. Kind of reminds me of my interface feel, ones of like the Evo 4. It just kind of lets you know where you're at audio wise. The night mode just kind of dims the lights on the mic a bit. For manual mode, this is for intermediate to advanced users.
I'm a professional.
You have your mic gain here. I kept mine around 30 or 31 last time that I used the app. I do connect mine to my Focusrite Scarlett Solo, which, speaking of, if you directly plan on using this with an audio interface, you might as well just go for the cheaper option, the MV7X. Almost, what, $50 cheaper last time I checked. I will add the prices here just in case I'm wrong. And it's just the XLR, but you won't get any of the additional features on the mic, which doesn't matter anyway because you can't use none of these features unless you use it via USB. Same thing with the app. You cannot use it via XLR. It has to be the USB. Once you're in here, you have quite the options.
A lot.
You could save your own presets that you make in case you want to come back to them later, or say you got one for podcasting, anything like that. You have multiple presets, which is always helpful and beneficial. I also want to add something, though I'm a little late. I do want to remind you guys that this is in an untreated room. You have your monitor mix again, which is just sitting here chilling. And then you have 4 EQ options. You have flat, which is a completely unprocessed signal, kind of like natural for the tone options. There's no EQ whatsoever. There's a high pass filter, and all this does is it reduces the proximity effect of the mic. Presence boost is just an equalization that emphasizes clarity and fullness. When it comes to high pass and presence boost, it combines both of them to improve definition and focus on clarity. There's also limiter. This is what it sounds like with the limiter. So we'll do flat with the limiter, high pass with the limiter, presence boost with the limiter, and high pass and presence boost with the limiter. This is what light compression sounds like. This is what medium compression sounds like. And this is what heavy compression sounds like. Feel free to kind of just go through here and see what works for you guys via the direct monitoring and messing around on the app. You can lock your settings. You can unlock your settings. So real quick, before I give my final conclusion of this microphone, I wanted to do a proximity and plosive test, which I probably should have done sooner, but it's my first mic review, so You know, kind of bear with me. I'm not, Aiden from Dark Corner Studios, who's a great guy. I should go check his MV7 review out along with Podcastage. Great reviewer as well. Go check them out. I'll leave them down below. But let's get into it. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickle peppers. That's where you're getting with the plosives. But let's try with an additional pop filter. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickle peppers. That's what it sounds like up close. This is me about not even an inch away from the mic.
Mango tier.
Say 3 to 6 inches away from the mic. I'm not 100% accurate with my measurements. So to those that stay until the end, if you go to www.colorwave.com, you can actually customize your microphone. I didn't know this when I ordered my MV7, but I figured, I would show you guys. You can select what you want, and then you can pick out of all these colors they have to offer. And my final thoughts on the mic is it's not a bad mic. I mean, for its price point, it's a really nice mic. It's built solid. It's universal. You can use it via XLR. You can use it with mobile devices. You can use it via, in micro USB, just straight up with your computer like I'm doing now. So it's a really good mic. Its plosives are a little bad, but some say if you take tissue and kind of put it in the foam right here, that would help. And some say if you get the SM7B windscreen, they say that that is helpful as well, and it fixes the plosives. For what you're paying for, you're really getting, a bang for your buck. Got mine on Sweetwater. I don't want to say that if you want the SM7B without paying SM7B money, that this is your go-to. While yes, I think it is a very reliable mic, durable, sturdy, and sounds pretty much good. It's got a lot of customization. I don't really think anything can compare to the SM7B. So if that's what you're looking for, you might want to look at a thorough review where they compare the two perhaps. And maybe in the future, I will compare the two. But until then, this is all I really got for you guys. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. If you watched to the end, be sure to comment below which mics you use, which mics you prefer to use, which mics do you want to see me do in the future, as this is All Around Antics. We do a whole bunch of things here. If you need help with anything, be sure to comment down below. If you like the videos, be sure to like the videos. If you like what I'm doing on my page, be sure to give me a sub. We're almost at 100. I really do appreciate you guys. With that being said, smokes out.